Resident Evil. Hey Aegis, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you, Winter?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. I'm a little excited for this. We're about to do some Resident Evil trailer review. Although I'll admit, I haven't actually done a lot of Resident Evil since I was like 16. So I'm excited to see where the series has kind of gone since I dropped off. Although I'm a little leery because a lot of my favorite games these days have gone down a weird path.
Down the shitter?
How about you? That's one way to phrase it.
I haven't played
What do you
Resident Evil
think?
since Resident Evil 4, and even then it wasn't a whole lot, like on the GameCube. So, ideally, there's a lot of horror in this, but, apparently 5 and 6 were garbage because they tossed the horror element out the window, yeeted it, kind of like Dead Space 3. Uh,
Hmm.
so, we'll see. Ideally, this one brings it back into form. I heard
Well,
Biohazard was actually decent in that regard.
yeah, the last one I played was Resident Evil 6, I believe. It's the
Yep.
one where Chris punches a rock into a volcano and Shiva's the secondary character. So let's go with I ended on a bad note.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that sounds awful.
Yeah. So do you know anything about this game? Because honestly, the only thing I've heard about it so far is some joke about tall lady step on me, and it started the bonk meme.
Hornydale? Bunk?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, I'm gonna say it's made me curious, but it's also made me slightly worried about what we're about to watch.
You mean
What
you don't
else
like
do you know about it?
there's kinky, hot, lesbian vampires? Maybe not lesbian, but that's just an idea. But women
Uh,
vampires? Vampiresses?
Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know. I didn't look any further into it other than seeing a whole lot of memes joking about it. Do you know any more details about the game?
Uh, I've actually heard that they're trying to go back to form with the horror element. It's similar in essence to a lot of the old Resident Evil games, so that is good. Uh, Yeah, so I mean, other than that, I don't know a whole lot. I'm kind of like you, just going into this blind, which is both good and bad for us, since at least it'd be nice if one of us knew what was going on.
Oh no, I think it's great. I think we can actually react to this and kind of discuss what we're seeing. So, without further ado, if neither of us have anything to say, let's just get it started.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else.
Pause. So
Thoughts?
first of all, that view is beautiful. If that's the in-game graphics, that is quite stunning.
Yeah, look at that. It looks haunting, right?
It looks haunting, but it looks gorgeous, and I love the mountain peaks. I mean, that reminds me of views I've actually seen when I've been in like mountain valley areas. So
Yep.
it's props for me just for that. But all right, sorry to stop it 20 seconds in and before anything actually happens.
Holy shit, the architecture. No, but seriously,
Oh
okay.
my god, look at those blades of grass.
So real. Lots of blades.
heralds danger. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Pause.
Yo.
So I'm gonna say I didn't like the speech that was playing over the visuals. That sounded pretty corny, including the laughter. I know they were going for some kind of like witch noise, but
Yep.
I felt like that was poorly done. What about you?
Uh, I mean, it's cheesy, like cackling with the background, horror game, ominous area environment, haunting. What I was gonna say though is, when they pan into the house, from
Right.
from what I understand, they're going back to the basic form of Resident Evil, which is you're kind of like in a house or in like a mansion, and you have to kind of
Right.
work through the house and find and do the puzzles and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm playing through the Resident Evil 1 remake right now,
How do you like it?
and I'm enjoying it as much as I used to. So I'm looking forward to a game that has a more modern update to it. Hopefully, this one doesn't have the frozen cameras like the first one did, for
Yeah, I
example.
know.
Um, but yeah, I personally would say as soon as it switched over to this lady who's sitting at the mirror, the graphics still beautiful. I mean, if that is in game, the modeling looks fantastic, and the voice actress sounded extremely smooth, realistic. There's none of that old cheeseball side that I would expect from Resident Evil. What about you?
I'm I was already thinking about either getting Biohazard or this one. I'm gonna see how
Right,
this game reviews, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But
right.
I'm debating on getting one or the other, or both, depending on how I like them.
So Ethan, I remember from a playthrough that I watched some of from Biohazard. Ethan's the character from Biohazard, right? He's the main character.
Yep.
So what we're seeing here in this first minute is that is the girl that his wife that he rescues in the first game, and then it's cutting to telling us that he is somehow in some kind of a huge castle in the middle of a village.
Well, I thought his girlfriend in Biohazard died, and he's trying to, get out of the village or the Biohazard, the home. And
Right.
so if there's a connection between the games, that's kind of interesting. But
Well,
I
I think she lives. I think he rescues her at the end of the first one.
okay, maybe he does.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hit play.
Yeah.
That's
Can
gorgeous.
someone please
Yep.
tell me what the hell is going on here?
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And
Look at that
place is
detail.
full.
Okay, the graphics look fucking dope in this. Wow.
Yeah, go back to that. That actually looked pretty menacing. Even the voice acting about this place is full of nothing but evil was quite a bit more malicious sounding than the initial speech. Oh, look at that lighting.
Man, this looks spooky.
The lighting and stuff looks gorgeous too. I'm just looking at all the reflections and things and how organic it looks.
Yep.
Do we want to get a zoom up of those characters that it showed, the creature humans that were attacking him?
Yeah, they're next.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So,
That's
so
so
are those nulls?
nulls. What the hell's a null?
It's like a vampire's servant.
Now, yeah, I was gonna ask if they're vampire-esque like related. Yeah. Probably. They look kind of either like not zombies, but their teeth definitely give off like a fang look, right?
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing if this is in some kind of a basement and stuff, and those ladies at the start are vampires, which I feel like I've heard around they are. These are their nulls.
So I would guess
Interesting.
that this is like the mansion, like they're either royalty, and this is like in the crypts or not dungeons, or actually might be dungeons beneath the mansion or the castle.
Right. Hmm.
Jesus. Oh, I didn't mean to pause there. Shit. But yeah,
So this
graphics.
is the tall lady then.
Is she actually standing up? Holy shit.
She's got to be what, like 2 or 3 feet taller than all the other characters in the shot.
Easily. Wow. It's like,
I wonder how that, like, I guess the tyrant was really big like that too, but I'm just wondering how they'd pull off someone that huge being intimidating. It's not like she could sneak up on you.
you'd hear her, right? Unless she's light on her feet.
Yeah, I suppose. And then what are these? The daughters she mentioned standing in the background?
Yeah, I think so.
You can see blood on them, so they're definitely vampires.
Definitely. And they're also pasty as hell.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right, sorry. Carry on.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
That was malicious.
Okay, so Buddy from Biohazard, his name was Ethan Winters. We're sure of that?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
So it's
pretty
a
sure.
continuation of the story. Interesting.
Right. So how do you tie in the events of Biohazard, which was like a fungal spore type scenario with what looks like a bunch of vampires that turn into moths? In fact, I would almost further that into a question of how do you tie this in with Resident Evil? It looks good so far. I mean, there's like 40 seconds left in the trailer, but how do you tie this into Resident Evil?
Ah, man. Well, shit, I don't know. Because Resident Evil of old used to be based on zombies, right? And this
Yeah,
it isn't zombies, it's vampires. It's something completely different.
yeah, yeah. I'm curious. I'd love to see if this is supposed to be like something like the Plagus or something where it's like another variant of the infection. But it still strikes me as almost like at this point maybe they're doing spin-offs, even though I know they're not calling them spin-offs, but like spin-offs in the feel of the games instead of being like, I don't remember Biohazard being really tied in with the other games besides like a few cameos.
It could be like they're trying to go like, or at least maybe at one point, maybe an anthology point of view where different stories in like a Resident Evil universe per se.
Yeah, that would make sense. I like the fact that they make the village the seven, the Ville.
I was gonna actually say, yeah, that's eight, isn't there seven?
Well, it's eight. No, no, it's eight.
Yeah,
No, you're right. It's eight. I missed the I in my count
yeah.
there.
Yeah. But stealthily done.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like that too. All right, let's let it play out.
Hmm.
Who the fuck are you? Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
Interesting.
Is
So
that
I have no idea who that guy is.
I mean, with the graphics improvement, I might be wrong, but is that potentially the guy from Resident Evil 4, the merchant?
The merchant. Yeah, man, it's been a minute, so I don't remember it all. Maybe. Overall, though, I think this is one that was on my radar and my prefs as possibly getting, but I do think I want to get this game.
Oh, do you think maybe he's a Van Helsing ripoff?
Ah, that makes sense. Vampires, right?
Yeah,
He could be. He could very well be a Van Helsing ripoff, or even Van Helsing himself.
yeah, might even just be Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would put this down as I need to reactivate my Xbox Gold, but I would play this. It looks, unfortunately, most of this was cutscene by the looks of it,
Yep.
but the little bit of gameplay it showed was just as smooth and visually stunning as the cutscenes. So
Ideally,
I would be
it's a one for one, like actual combat versus what we see in the trailer right now, right?
right, exactly. So I mean, I would be interested in watching this. I think this trailer could have put a little more actual gameplay into it, but maybe they didn't want to spoil too much.
Hmm.
But otherwise, I mean, I like the trailer. I think it was well done. This guy grinning at me is getting a little uncomfortable.
He got some nice teeth.
Yeah, yeah, very nice teeth for all the scars and stuff he has on his face.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this trailer's definitely tickled my fancy. I definitely kind of want to get it.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe this is something we should pick up in the future, and once we both play through it, give it an actual review.
Well, it's almost too bad you don't have Steam or access to a game, a PC, because if I get it on Steam, I can share my library with you, and then once I beat it, you can play it.
Is this multiplayer, or is
No,
it
no, no,
doing this?
but I can say, give you my Steam ID, and we can share our library, or my library.
Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, that would make sense. I was gonna say if this is multiplayer, that's kind of interesting. But okay, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in that. I'll take a look at setting up a Steam account.
Yeah, you definitely should.
All right, I think I don't have much more to say. I find when I watch these trailers, like I'm interested in them, but it's almost hard to comment on them. I don't know if you feel that way, Aegis.
I mean, it's the trailer's trying to set up a story, but at the end of the day, Resident Evil, you care a bit about the story, but it's also like the gameplay, like the puzzles, the franticness of trying to conserve ammo and supplies, and just trying to navigate like surroundings of getting cornered by demons or vampires or zombies.
Absolutely. And this trailer certainly doesn't give you any hint of how any of that stuff will play out in the actual game.
Yep.
But from what I saw, I'm interested. It looks like it is vampires. This looks like it's Van Helsing. And the general setting seems to be a gothic medieval village, which I'm entirely interested in. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and re-watch or play Biohazard in order to understand the backstory, but I'm pretty sure I remember enough of the backstory to say I don't see how this is connected. But that's
I,
okay.
I was thinking the game would actually take place entirely within the castle or mansion, but even just the name village, it obviously can take place in the mansion, but also entirely in the village too, which is
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if they called it village and then they put 90% of the game in the castle. But hey, that might be what they did, right?
Yeah, that was
So
just dumb
who
of me.
knows? No, I mean, hey, and it's entirely the case. They literally could have named it village, said they could get the 8 in there. So who
Right.
knows? All right, so I think that's all I've got, Aegis. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think that next time we talk, I'll probably have started playing this game. I think, honestly.
Sounds good. I'll see what I can do to pick it up as well. All right, guys, I hope you're excited for the new game. If you've already played it, drop in the line below whether or not you think it's good, whether or not it's worth buying. It's probably going to be too late for us to find out it's not worth buying if you think it isn't. But let us know what you think. Let us know if you played it, what you think of the overall feel. Let us know if you think it ties into the older games. Let us know what you think in general. You have a great day.
Later, guys.